for Arts-Inspired Learning has been a provider for digital arts programming in Northeast Ohio for the last 10 years. Some of the programs that we offer are digital storytelling, which is movie making for students to tell a story using iMovie or Movie Maker. We also have Bear Conductive, where we can take a mural and make it interactive by touching parts of the mural that you can hear the students' voices come through. We have film and photography classes for the students. We also offer courses that students can use 3D printers or a 3D scanner. So a student might stand in a classroom and make a shape, and we can actually 3D scan their entire bodies and then print that out. We also have programming in schools and in after schools that can offer productive and positive use of technology, such as iPads, to give students a better understanding of how they can use the technology in their everyday life that's not just playing a game, but has more of an educational tool.
There's definitely jobs that you can get here, maybe not in making the traditional game for a phone, even though that is a bigger industry here, but gamifying things and picking something, a problem that exists, and gamifying it.
I come to level up because I get to make friends, I get to play video games and make video games and all that fun stuff, really.
So first it started us talking about what the story should be about and basically sketching it out. And then we got our characters, and then we started shooting, and now we're editing.
Like, you can edit your videos on the Photos app, and you can go into iMovies and make a whole movie out of your videos.
So this is very helpful because I really want to learn about this stuff in case I go into game design.
So thinking about the positive and productive use of technology, students it can enhance some developmental skills both cognitively but also physically or social emotionally, adding confidence to what they might be doing. We have some VR programs or our 3D scanner that can not just focus on fine motor skill development but gross motor skill development, so students can create these giant shapes that we can 3D scan. So it really can connect to the different types of learners that you might face. It can also give students an awareness of what else they can do when they're not in a classroom using digital arts programming, how they can bring that to life at home. A lot of the programs we use can be connected to an online software that's free that students can access at home or in a library. So our goal is that we are inspiring them through these programs within the schools or in our spaces, but maybe they're taking that home and introducing that to their families or their siblings and finding new ways to use the technology that we might not have even taught them. As we're seeing the growth in technology, what we're hoping to give these students is a new path that they might not have recognized before, especially in several of the communities that we're working in. They might not have access to some of the technology that we can bring to them, and hopefully that opens up their eyes to what potential programs or for college or for a career choice that they might be able to do. And with the fast pace of technology and how that's growing for career choices, our goal is that if we give these students a connection to the digital arts at a young age, that hopefully it will inspire them to figure out how they might incorporate that later. It also gives transferable skills in relationship building, in self-regulation, in cooperation and team building skills, because we have some programming, one in particular where they build a game, but the students are building different parts of the game, and by the end they've put this game together. And so it really builds on relationship skills for the students, but team-based mentality, so that hopefully they can transfer that into other areas of their life or in their future.
The biggest one is making problem solving fun. Problem solving is it's a skill that you're going to use in everything. It doesn't matter what job you have to problem solve. So making that fun and having that immediate reward. So this is a problem that I had with just pure coding. I love programming, but there's this point where a lot of it is dark work, which means that you don't see the results of something you make. In game design, you get like this reward of seeing what you've made right in front of you. So, you could solve a lot of problems, but making that fun, I think, increases the chance of them actually learning something and retaining that information. So I would say the biggest skill is making problem solving fun. I mean, that's what games are. It's taking a problem and making it fun. So.
I hope to know properly how to make video games, and I could make them in the future maybe, and just basically learn how to make video games, put it out so more people have fun with them.
My favorite part here is like getting to know more people and making my own games.
The past couple of sessions, we've been working with this app called Scratch. It's a computer app where you can make games through programming with different blocks.
Blowing Off Steam is a program that we take social emotional learning and integrate it into recording arts and podcasting. And our teaching artists work with the students to give them a voice, to talk about some tough things that they might have gone through, but using their creative choice to put those into a song or put those into a podcast that makes it relevant to some of the topics that they and their peers have gone through. And you can hear those songs on SoundCloud and their podcast. And we worked with 6th and 7th grade students when we did that program. We've also just recently incorporated theater into that, so they're going to take some of their monologues that they create and put those on film as well. Oftentimes we work with the classroom teachers to find ways to bring STEAM into their room so that they can find connections to technology and digital arts through the standards. So we might connect a science class and add that into a digital story. Students have done Greek mythology for their digital stories. We also have something that we've done called Bees Biomimicry and Balance, where we used the Scratch software and taught students how to make patterns and games based off of the biomimicry that they saw within flights of birds and bees, and what that looks like in a software called Scratch into a digital arts game that they created.
First time we learned to move our characters up and down, left and right, and now we're doing like point system thing.
You can add points, you can move your character around, you can make fully fledged games on Scratch if you know what you're doing.
I think what's really important about working in the digital arts is changing the stereotype of screen time and what that can look like at home or in the classroom. Because we bring our teaching artists and their creativity into the room, we're hoping to shift the mindset that screen time does not have to be a negative, but it can be a positive if you can connect it to creative choice or educational outlets for the students.